Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and all the guests present here in the meeting. Welcome to the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club meeting number 33rd. I am sure you all are as excited as I am today. And we have this meeting for 2 hours. So I'll request everyone to please stay there and throughout the duration. Before starting the meeting, want to highlight few key points. Your video should be on and audio should be off. Your audio should only be on when you are need to speak or supposed to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restriction on speaking on these topics, we at Gabby's Online Toastmasters Club request all the speakers, role takers, and guests to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. I also urge you to be cognizant of the fact that we, as a club, practice diversity and inclusion both in letter and in spirit, hence ensuring there are no sexist, racist, or any such undertone that creates hostility and discomfort among the members or guests. With this, I would like to call upon stage the presiding officer of today's meeting. He is a teacher, trainer, and a coach in the domain of construction who has trained over 7,500 plus professionals in the last decade and has impacted over 500 plus professional lives. He is already on spotlight. Our presiding officer for today's meeting is distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh Ramamurthy. Can we give a huge round of applause as he takes up the stage now?
Thank you so much. That was Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Maanvi Kumar, starting the meeting on time. Give her a huge round of applause. Good evening, Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters, and the guests in the meeting. I welcome you all. It's so wonderful always to join a Gabby's meeting, and especially for me, who whose days there's not a single day when I don't attend a Toastmasters meeting. And for me, attending a Gabby's meeting is kind of ritual on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And thank you for ushering me as the presiding officer of opening this meeting as a ritual. Now, what more do I say? I have so many friends as Toastmaster. I have did very Shashank Bhatt. He's like a family to us now, who attends our meetings, and it gives us pleasure to host people who are friends from other clubs, especially our general evaluator, our TMOD, and we have speakers from different clubs. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. And also, I would like to add here that our newest member is also in this meeting, Yogesh Kumar. Welcome to the club meeting, Yogesh Kumar. Good to have you again. Um, After you joined us, I think this is the second meeting that you're here. Thank you. Thank you for joining
Yeah,
us.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Before I move ahead and hand over this over to our Toastmaster of the day, who is going to talk about his theme, I want to talk about something which is very hilarious. Uh, life gives us a lot of ups and downs. There is nobody in this room who is not gone through the peaks and the valleys of life. I'm sure each one of you. But how many of you have smiled at either of these two positions? Have you made smile a habit? Only when you smile, when you look at the world smiling at you. No time that you don't smile, anytime you don't smile, you will see everybody frowning. It has happened to me when I wanted to buy a yellow car. My first car, I wanted to have a yellow car. Have you seen yellow cars on the road very often? When I dreamt of having my first car to be a yellow car, every day I have seen one car which is yellow. And it has never happened to me earlier. Every day I have seen a yellow car. It's another thing that I didn't buy a car which is yellow. But till the time I bought my car, I saw a yellow car each day on Bangalore Road. Why I say this is, more you smile and try to smile, you will see others smiling at you. And smile exchanged is something that makes your day wonderful. Try it out from this moment onwards. Those of you who are not on camera, please come on camera and give us that wonderful smile that you adore. Thank you, Aparna. You're also wearing that color that resonates with the smile. Thank you so much. And uh, Now I want to hand this over to somebody whom I have seen smiling always. I've seen his speeches when he's on the stage, and I wish I could smile like him. One day I will. I smile a lot. I've made a smiler as a habit. First thing I do in the morning is smile. But I only wish I smile like him. And you will wonder if I tell you he's a chartered accountant. Imagine a chartered accountant smiling and I envying him and he making everybody smile and laugh. Possible? Yes, it is possible. Please put your hands together as I welcome the VP Education of the Hoodies Toastmasters Club, our Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Arun Sriram. Over to you. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Nagesh Ramamurthy. It's a pleasure to be here. And let me start. I always start with a thank you note because I believe that gratitude is best served as a starter. I was amazed by this preparation. I am just the tip of the iceberg. I feel like Arnab Goswami today, where the entire battery of journalists have put together a beautiful brief, amazing visuals, in-depth reports, and all I need to do is just come and talk in front of the screen and look so cool today. Thank you very much to every person who's worked on this. And on that note, let me talk about the theme for today. The theme for today is the omnipresent superpower. Any guesses for what that would be from the members and guests present here? Any
Smile.
view?
Is it the
Gratitude,
Smile, okay.
gratitude, you just talked about it.
Gratitude, okay.
feeling of oneness?
Feeling of oneness, super. So I'm going to give you something slightly more nuanced than what's a smile, and that's the sense of humor, right? No, Nagesh spoke about, our presiding officer spoke about how everybody needs to smile and it makes everything so beautiful that people would smile back at you. It has an automatic reciprocation and the world will be a better place. But what instills a smile could just be seeing each other in the morning at the jogging park, walking track, wherever, or actually make that smile a little bit more of a laugh if required, depending on the situation. And that superpower is sense of humor. Just like Toastmasters, where we say leaders are made, I do not believe that sense of humor is something that we are necessarily born with in equal measure across all of us. It is just another skill. If you want to look at it as a profession, it's just another soft skill or a fine tuning of one's own personality if we want to take it and embrace it. How many of you believe that we have a sense of humor already? Fantastic. Do you even need me today, Nagesh? Not sure. But yeah, nevertheless, having said that, it's to me, it's a skill. It's like Excel for an accountant. It's like PowerPoint for a marketeer. Sense of humor is a skill that every human being can and should embrace to make it a better place for themselves and for everyone else around. Now, why do I call it omnipresent? Because I believe that all of us can have it. I believe, more importantly, all of us can appreciate it, feel it. Why do I say it's a superpower? Because you may not be able to see it sometimes, but you can definitely experience or feel it. There's something supernatural about it. And most importantly, it can be used anywhere that we choose to, subject to a few contrasts and rationality that specific situation or place warrants. Are you finding it very dry for somebody who's supposed to talk humor? Say yes if it is. Be candid about it. It was meant to be highly jargonistic, right? Now, having said that, right, when Nagesh said, CA doing humor, let me tell you a very short story. Anytime people ask me how come a chartered accountant dealing with numbers is adapting something with respect to humor, all I tell them is they should have seen my parents look at my report card, progress card in my school, and see how much they laughed at it. That very moment, I realized numbers can induce humor too when it is slightly not looking right, and outliers can do that. And the initial SAA spoke about being in tune with the specific audience, be culturally sensitive, don't make any racist comments, so on and so forth. And those are the contours or the barrier. I wouldn't call it barriers, but I'll still call them as contours and say guardrails as to how humor can be practiced, right? There's a way it can be practiced. Depending on the place, there's a way it can be practiced. For example, in a Toastmaster setting, there are specific taboo topics that we are not expected to talk about. So the easiest thing to speak about in terms of humor in a Toastmaster setting is what is called self-deprecation. Self-deprecation is nothing but making fun of yourself, whereby the only person who could take offense of your sense of humor is yourself. Nobody can say, I felt offended that you were poor in maths. No, I have to be offended. If at all, I have to be offended about me being poor in maths. How does it matter to you? That is one very easy way of inducing humor. And why is it important to have a sense of humor? Can I take one view as to why any of you feel that sense of humor is important?
I think the world is very, very, very serious. We need sense of humor to survive every day.
You make it like one more task in the checklist, Aparna. Okay. Anyone else?
It lightens the mood, changes the perspective, brings the new
Okay.
energy and thoughts.
That's a 5 mark answer to a 1 mark question, Jitender. Well done. So,
It helps you
yeah, go
feel,
ahead.
it helps you
It makes you feel better. It makes you feel happier when you smile, when you laugh at something or make it humorous.
Okay, okay. I had one more
sense
view
of
coming.
humor. Sense of humor works as a coping strategy when we are in problematic situations.
Excellent. Gauri, you have a view?
it helps you sail through many difficult situations with ease.
Superb. I think you've got fantastic insights into it. My two little extra cents would be when you're meeting somebody for the first time or two, in a one-to-one meeting, even in an office setup, starting with a little bit of a humorous touch will be disarming on the other person, especially in a hierarchy where you are deemed to be superior to someone else strictly by hierarchy. By you making light of that particular meeting to start with, not about the attitude of the meeting or the attitude towards the meeting, but just something very calming, something very nice and easy to talk about. The easiest thing in Bangalore people use is to say how bad the traffic is. It could be as inane as that, but when we use that, it at least puts the other person at ease. And then the nerves are calmed down, and then you can go about the business. One other misnomer that people have about humorous people or about humor, they associate a humorous person as a casual person, unfortunately. Humor, therefore, I keep repeating, is a skill and not necessarily a personality trait. There are enough instances in my past employments where I walk into office and the person calls me and my desk neighbor will tell me, Arun, you look very serious today. Anything wrong with you? They don't understand that there is a place and time for humor as well, and it's not something that's supposed to be strewn all over the place. We will speak more about humor, the omnipresent superpower, and this, I'll also introduce now the sections of a Toastmaster meeting. The sections of a Toastmaster meeting comprise of prepared speeches where we have speakers coming up with prepared speeches pertaining to a particular project in a pathway. And then the second section is called the table topic section, where we will have impromptu speaking, which will be anchored by who is called the table topics master. And then we will have an evaluation section that will be run by our general evaluator. And that provides me a segue to talk about and introduce our general evaluator for today's meeting. Our general evaluator for today is Toastmaster and Thilangi Costa. Welcome her on the stage as I introduce her. She is the VP Education at Negombo Toastmasters Club Sri Lanka. She is the Operations Manager at NIM 3 Lab Digital Marketing Agency, and her go-to quote is "Rise from the ashes like a phoenix." I would now request Toastmaster Anne to present her role and also introduce her TAGL team and explain their respective roles to the members and guests here. Over to you, Toastmaster Anne.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for that introduction. So, good evening once again to everyone. As General Evaluator, I'll assess every aspect of our meeting. I'll take notes on everything that occurs and evaluate everyone's performance, focusing on preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and duty execution. I'll present my report at the end of the meeting. So, my dear Toastmasters, as a single person, I cannot evaluate or conduct the evaluation session alone. So, I have a TAGL team with me, each bringing their unique strengths. To get to know them better, I thought of doing something crazy. So from each of the members, I asked a simple question. If you could have any superpower, would you choose Omnipresent? Why or why not? So let's start from our first role player, the timer. He's the current VP membership of Star Garments Toastmasters Club. He's a charter VPPR of the home club and a Toastmaster since November 2022. Also, he's the head of IT infrastructure and security team. His hobbies include singing, reading books, and watching movies. So he's none other than Toastmaster Chamara Seneviratna. And his answer for the question is, he would love to have the superpower of Omnipresent, and he would like to automate many more things so that all can enjoy their time with their families and reading more books. So, Toastmaster Chamara, I would love to invite you to describe your role as the timer. Over to you, Toastmaster Chamara.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Madam General Evaluator. I'm sorry. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, Toastmaster Thilangi. In my role today, I time all the meeting segments, such as the prepared speeches, as well as table topics, then the evaluations. So as per the agenda, there's no, the very first speech is called icebreaker speeches for the day. So all the speeches, I believe that goes from 5 to 7 minutes. So if a 5 to 7 minute speech, I will raise the green background like this at the 5th minute, and the yellow background at the 6th minute, and the red background at the 7th minute, and until the speech will be over. Similarly, I supposed to use the green background at the first minute when it comes to table topics, and the yellow background at the 1st minute and 30 seconds, then the red background at the 2 minutes. And I will keep it remains until the speech will be over. So when it comes to evaluation, I will start showing the green background by second minute, the yellow background by the 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and the red background at the third minute. So at the end, when the general evaluator calls for the report, I'm supposed to deliver my reports accordingly. Thank you very much. And over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chamara, for the role introduction. Now, moving on to our next role player, our counter. Our role player, our counter, is a dedicated student currently enrolled at the esteemed institution of IIT Bhu, driven by a fervent desire for personal growth and self-improvement. She is Toastmaster Arsh Sharma, and her answer was she will not choose Omnipresent as a superpower. And her explanation in brief was, it could infringe on everyone's privacy, and it might also diminish the value of being present in certain places or with certain peoples. There's something special about the journey to reunite with loved ones or to reach important destinations. Omnipresent would rob those moments of their significance, in his opinion. So I would like to invite Toastmaster Arsh Sharma to introduce the counters role. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. The purpose of the counter is to listen and make a note of unnecessary words and sounds used by all the speakers and role players of today's meeting. This report would face on 5 major areas. First, filler words such as inappropriate interjections, for instance, and well, but similar to basically, actually, this thing, etc. Fourth, repetitive words or phrases in the form of I, or this means, this means. Fifth, unintentional long or short pauses made by speakers. I'll present the rest of my report when called for by the general evaluator during the general evaluation session. Thanks. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arsh. Next, we have our grammarian. So she is a 24-year-old diving headfirst into the fascinating world of psychology. She's all about connecting with folks. It's like fuel for her soul. So she's none other than Toastmaster Priyamvada Sharma. And for her answer for my question was, she will not choose Omnipresent because she wants to enjoy or experience one thing at a time. It will lead to information overload and emotional overload as well. So without taking time, I would like to invite our grammarian, Toastmaster Priyamvada Sharma, to introduce her role.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, everyone. I'll be the grammarian for today. And yeah, I won't be that grammar Nazi, but I'll be a friend to you as we sail through the good usages and not so good usages of grammar, learning and improving along the way. So since today our theme is omnipresent superpower, I have chosen invincible as the word of the day, and I'll be putting it in the chat box. The meaning of invincible is too powerful to be defeated or overcome. The usage of invincible would be they are good at what they do, but that doesn't make them invincible. He seemed downright invincible until his power source is destroyed. So the word invincible derives via Middle French and from late Latin invincibilis, which was itself formed by combining negative prefix in with vincier, meaning to conquer. So I would request everyone to use the word of the day. And that's all from my side. All the best. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Grammarian, for that wonderful introduction about your role. I'm sure we have invincible Toastmasters during the meeting today who would ready to contribute their best for today's meeting. And now I will be inviting our fourth role player, who will be our listener. She has 30 plus years of experience in academia as a principal and now as a trainer. She is a lovely mother of two wonderful children, and one of them, her son, Toastmaster Souvik, introduced her to Toastmasters. And once again, I asked her the question about having the superpower, Omnipresent. So she also she answered that she will not choose the power of Omnipresent. And I love her answer. And when she described that the beauty of life is that we don't know what is in store for us. We are not present everywhere to know what is going on, even beyond us. That is the beauty of life. She wouldn't like to be present everywhere, every time, and know what is going on, and would rather live an ordinary life where she is waiting to know the news, waiting for someone to tell her what is happening, waiting to get the result and the joy accompanied when she finally gets it. This wouldn't be possible if she is omnipresent. So, without taking time, I would like to invite Toastmaster Samita to introduce her role as the listener today.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm the listener of the day. So what I'll be doing is listening closely to everything that is said during the meeting. And I will draft a short question to test our listening skills at the end of the meeting. I'll be asking when Madam General Evaluator asks me for the questions. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. With that, now I would like to hand over the control back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Arun.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Anne, and the entire TAGL team for the wonderful introductions and the brief about your roles as well. Now we move to the first section of this Toastmaster meeting, which is the prepared speeches. And before I call upon the first speaker, can I just request for the first evaluator, Toastmaster Thilanga, to confirm that he has got the evaluation resource from the prepared speaker number 1?
Yes, Toastmaster.
Yes? Excellent. Thank you very much. So the first speaker today, before that, introducing Toastmaster Thilanga, he is the current president of Negombo Toastmasters Club, and he works as an IFS ERP consultant. And the first speaker, let me welcome the first speaker, Toastmaster Jitender Rulaniya, who is a travel enthusiast and is interested in different cultures and values. He is a proficient horse rider who believes in a circle of influence, something that is close to my heart too, and always focuses on things he can control. He is passionate about running, and that's like meditation for him. The first speaker is attending the path dynamic leadership level 1 project number 4, and the project name is evaluation and feedback. This is the second speech of that particular project, and the project objective is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate their ability to deliver an effective, respectful speech. The speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes, and the speech title, as a welcome Toastmaster Jitender, is Journey of Gratitude and Generosity. Journey of Gratitude and Generosity, Toastmaster Jitender.
I hope I'm audible and visible. Perfect. What do you think when you achieve your goal? Whom you express your gratitude? Your family, your friends, your mentor, your coach, your God Almighty, or stranger. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Let me share the pivotal moment of my life that changed the perspective and outlook of my whole entire journey. Though this happened more than a decade back, but still the memory is quite fresh in my mind. I always share whenever I get an opportunity. I was at the beginning of my career working with Mindtree. One fine day, my manager called me for a meeting. I was thinking about the delivery. It is not about the delivery of baby, but the delivery of my code and my contribution in the project. After initial discussion, he told, Jitender, you would be traveling to London for a long term. And I was flabbergasted. Because there were many people in the queue who were waiting for this opportunity to grasp. My excitement was palpable. I immediately called all my friends, relatives, school friends, college friends, and my PG mates. I was on top of the world. I started dreaming about the London life, Scotch, nightlife, and how this is going to change my life and completely. After my office, I immediately rushed to the Madhuloka and I bought the 2 bottles of whiskey and packed a lot of food, more than we could eat. During those days, there was no Zomato or Swiggy to deliver food at your doorstep. We drank and drank until we felt unconscious. The joy was short-lived. To my utter shock, upon awakening, I realized the color of my passport changed from white to yellow due to gravy leak. So you can imagine how careless I was. I was repenting the celebration what I did last night. I had an option of fight or flight. And immediately I took my 2G phone to search how to get the passport in quickest way. I waited patiently for 15 minutes. Page didn't load. I immediately ran to the nearest internet cafe. I was waiting for the owner to open the shop. The moment he opened the shop, I rushed inside and searched how to get the passport in a quickest way. During that time, the Tatkal used to take 1 month and normal process used to take 3 months. I was searching, and then immediately I found one option. And that was the only ray of hope for me. If you could get the verification letter signed by first-class gazetted officer, you don't need police verification. You can get the passport in 3 days. I immediately calling my relatives and friends who could help me with the signing of verification letter, but all in vain. I could see my dream falling apart. I was dejected. I used to stay in BTM second stage, and there was an IS colony beside it. I used to run in BTM Park, and there was one guy with a trimmed hair, aged middle 50s. He was fitter than his age. Used to run every single day. By looking at his personality, I thought he might be working in some government office at good position. And he used to go and stay in that IS colony. So I started following first day, but then I didn't have courage to ask. I was thinking whether I should ask him or not. The moment I decided I should ask, he vanished in his lane. And next day, I gathered courage. I did self-talk that I had to ask. And I started following him when he started his running in the morning. The first round got over. Second round, I said, "Good morning, sir." He responded with a smile, and that encouraged me that I can ask. And again, I started following second round, third round, and I asked immediately, "Sir, could you help me with my passport?" He stared me from top to bottom. And afterwards he told, "Come to my office." And I had no clue where he worked and what does he do. I continued to follow him for the next round, and then he stopped. He understood my problem. He told, "Do you know where I work?" I said, "No." "Okay, come to 12th Main at sharp 8 a.m. And I was there at 7 a.m. with the formatted of verification letter. His car, ambassador car, arrived at sharp 8 a.m. with a red beacon on the top, and he was sitting behind with another guy. The moment he reached his office, the board says IFS, Indian Forest Services, handling entire Karnataka. The moment I reached his office, there was a secretary sitting in one corner, and his office was bigger than my current apartment. And she asked how she could help. I gave the verification letter. She got the stamp and his signature. Now, the most amazing part of this entire story is he didn't ask my name, he didn't ask my religion, he didn't ask my region. And that struck me. After a few days, after a few weeks, I traveled to London and I visited a lot of different places. But then his picture appeared in my memory wherever I go. And I always used to thank from bottom of my heart. During that time, I met one person who was asking for money for his bus ticket in London. I gave without even a single second thought, because that has changed my perspective, how you should help strangers. And after that, I always try to help whenever someone needy approach me, whether it's regarding job or any guidance or old person seeking my support or help. And that I continue till date. And same thing I tell my children as well, that you should help. We live in a world where we give, whatever you give, it comes back to you. So before I close, I would like to ask this question. How often do you support these strangers? Thank you.
A round of applause for Toastmaster Jitender for a wonderful speech. Now we move to the second speech, and to evaluate the second speech we have Toastmaster Punith C K. Punith C K, can you please confirm that you have received the evaluation resource from your target speaker?
Yes, I received.
Thank you so much. Punith is an avid non-fiction book enthusiast, a dedicated practitioner of David Allen's Getting Things Done method, and a prominent ExCom member at Toastmasters Indiranagar Pride. Now let me introduce the second speaker for the evening. The second speaker is Toastmaster Shilpi, who is from Chhattisgarh, an MBA with 3 years of work experience in human resources as a recruiter. She is also a Reiki practitioner and neuro-linguistic programming certified member as well. She has participated in an international beauty pageant called Mrs. India Worldwide 2019, held in Greece, where she was a finalist. Toastmaster Shilpi is attempting Level 2 Project 3 of the pathway Persuasive Influence, and the project name is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The objective of the project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, and the purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. The speech duration, please note timer, is 5 to 7 minutes. And here's welcoming Toastmaster Shilpi, and the speech title is Mentor, a Guide to Wisdom. Mentor, a Guide to Wisdom, Toastmaster Shilpi.
Today, you all are meeting to Shilpi, who is confident, strong, and effortlessly can give a speech in Toastmaster. If I'll take you back in 6 months back, the Shilpi that I knew, she was underconfident, fearful, and overwhelmed. Before giving the speech, before 2-3 days before giving the speeches. And today, miracle has happened. I was so confident that my gut said, you can do your speech today itself. I started and prepared my speech at 2 p.m. today. It's not overconfident, just a confidence that Toastmaster has gifted me to boost up my confidence. So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, I'll tell you the Toastmaster has filled up my void in my skills that I had. 6 months back, when I joined Toastmaster, I called Saurabh, DTM Saurabh Datta. I would like to I'm thankful for him that he suggested me to contact Karthik Venugopal. He is my mentor. So I called Karthik. I would like to take you 6 months back how I did my conversation with him. It was so kind of nervous I had that time. So I called Karthik. Hi Karthik. Hey, hi Shilpi. How are you? Uh, Hi Karthik. Saurav told me that I should connect with you. Yes. Saurav has informed me. So I will be your mentor and I'll guide you for the speech. You have to give your icebreaker speech just next week. Today is Monday. So you can, we have our meeting on Tuesday now. You can give. Karthik, I have only 1 week. How can I give? Don't worry, I can do one thing. Let's connect on Zoom tomorrow at 12 p.m. Would it be fine? I'll tell you everything in detail. 12 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. Sure. After hanging up the phone, I got nervous. Only 1 week I have. I did think a second that he is my mentor. He will tell me each and everything. But the nervousness and the fearful and the overwhelming just started in my inside. The next day we had a Zoom call. My mentor Karthik told me each and everything. I would say he gave me the spoon feeding. I have to start with the icebreaker speak. I have to add all these things, blah 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 blah. The list was everything but crisp and short. He made me understand what should I write. And before giving the icebreaker speech, I was so nervous, so shaking. Even I spoke to Karthik. Karthik, I'm getting nervous. What to do? And calmly he said, Shilpi, in Toastmaster, everybody came for improvement. Everybody has flaw. That's why they are into Toastmaster. You're not the only one. Even I have that flaw in me, Shilpi. That's why I'm into Toastmaster. So that sentence calm me down. And I said, okay, Shilpi, cool down. You can give your icebreaker speech cool and calm way. I gave my speech, but I was very underconfident and very nervous. So this whole story, through this whole story, I understood what demonstrate a reliability as a mentor. First, he should solve your problem, and second, transparency in communication. So my mentor has a transparency in communication that would help to solve my icebreaker nervousness and speech. And after that, slowly and easily and effortlessly, I'm able to speak, able to deliver my speech in each uh, uh, path breaker. Now, my life has introduced me many mentors. Let me introduce you all the same. At the age, once I born till the age of 25, my mother was my mentor. After that, after her demise, life has been my mentor. Then my husband has been my mentor, and the Toastmaster then came into the picture, and the Karthik was my mentor. So all these four mentors has made me understand what are the effective, what are the traits in the effective and successful in a mentor. He should be humble, has empathy, that it listen. He can listen the fear and doubt that a mentee have. And third, doing right action and guiding the same. So being as a good mentor, being as a mentee is also important. Once I joined Toastmaster, I built it up 3 things in me that is in continuation in the process. First, growth mindset. Second, going out, doing the things that are out of my comfort zone. And third, is getting confident. If I would get a chance to be a mentorship role, I think I have a empathy. I put myself into the others one's shoes and can feel their pain. Then humble. I give priority to the people in front of me. And I'm the good listener also. So the topic that I have chosen, mentor a guide to a wisdom. But I can give an example. If we go in any good place, any new place, we type in the Google map, and the Google map take us to there. Same as, I guess, mentor. If a good mentor is there, they can share the wealth of knowledge that they have. They can lend ear to hear your fear and doubt, and pet you also in your success. So this is all about my side. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shilpi, for that beautiful speech encapsulating all that you went through in your journey as a protege. Thank you very much for that. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Shilpi. On that note, we move to the final speech for today's Toastmasters meeting, prepared speech. And to evaluate the third speech, we have Toastmaster Aparna Raja as the evaluator. Toastmaster Aparna, can you please confirm that you received the evaluation resource from your target speaker?
Yes, I have.
Thank you very much. Toastmaster Aparna is a passionate speaker, a hippie at heart, a mom at home, and an entrepreneur by choice. And she is a district level table topics contest winner. Now, to introduce the third speaker for the day, Toastmaster Raja Balaji, who is a network engineer by profession, Toastmaster by passion, loves to travel to new places and connect to new people. He is an introvert who is trying to be an ambivert, and just do it is his favorite quote. Toastmaster Raja is attempting level 3, project 3 of Pathway Visionary Communication. The project name is Inspire Your Audience, and the project objective is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The purpose of the speech is for the member to inspire the audience. The speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Let me welcome on the virtual stage Toastmaster Raja Balaji, whose speech title is Tough Times Don't Last, Tough People Do. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Toastmaster Raja Balaji.
In the year of 2022 to 2023 June, it was a very tough time to one of my club. Most of our DTMs, our club had 10 DTMs, and most of our senior members and founders of our club left our club due to many reasons. That was one of that the reason was their personal and the corona also. When I joined in that club, I was very enthusiastic. I was very funful, excited when I was in a guest. But when I joined in that club, when I was seeing that discussion with the members, I was disappointed. In WhatsApp chat, I saw a message in that WhatsApp group by our president. He said, please take roles this week or our club will perish. By seeing that message, I got disappointed. Why? What happened to our club? That week, immediately I nominated for that role and I changed the statement. Please take role at least this week so that we will persist and we will succeed in later. So that's how I entered into my club, my home club. After that, I saw there was a vacancy in XCOM role. I filled that Sergeant at Arms role. By filling the Sergeant at Arms role, is not enough to solve the club's problem. So uh, I asked my vice president education to be an associate VP in that club. So I was a sergeant at arms and also I was an associate VP. By being an associate VP, I brought many members from inside in our club to conduct a meeting, because when I joined my club, there was no meeting conducted. They will conduct a meeting occasionally. So I ensured we should not skip a single meeting in our club. So I brought members from outside club to conduct a meeting. And the next term, 2023 Jan to June, I was nominated as an VP in my club. That was a really difficult time to us because we had a member of 10, and that 10, only 6 were active. Think about, if we have a club of 30 plus members, they are struggling for members, they were struggling to take up roles. Think about us, a member of 10, in that 10, only 6 were active. So, in spite of member count, I was very determined. Our club will be self-sustaining club, no matter how tough we have, how much tough situation we face. So I started bringing guests from outside club to conduct our meeting. At one point, it was like a joint club meeting with other clubs. We were a member, we were 3 members, and other club members were 6 or 7. So that much difficult we faced, but it didn't last forever. And at the last term, the July to December, I was nominated as a president. In that time, there was a one member who interestedly joined our club, and she said, I will take a VP role and I will do what necessary to bring this club to next level. But after she was appointed as a vice president education, the first week she called me and said, Raja, I got some personal commitments, so I can't do VP role. And this Toastmasters journey is all about relaxation and entertainment. What's in it for me? And she said, and she discontinued our club. At the time, I didn't argue with her because I cannot change the things which I can't change. So I didn't focus on what I can change. So I asked our existing club members to take up vice president education role, but no one came forward to take that role. And at last, I took that vice president education role. The last term, I am the president of my club and I am the vice president education of my club. So taking responsibility is easy, but conducting meeting, each and every meeting, leading the club is very challenging for me. So I started experimenting different things in my club, and I started planning ahead, like 1 month calendar. I will design 1 month calendar for each and every month at the starting, and I will fix this week. These are the members. These are the education speakers going to going to role play. So I was very clear in each and every month. Each and every month, I set a goal. We want to do this. We want to do this. And I had one. I did one experiment, which is called the guest speech contest. I never heard the guest speech contest while attending VPM training. I heard Toastmasters will conduct guest speech contest. So I took that scary thing. That was a risk because I don't know about the outcome. Even though I don't know about the outcome, I conducted the guest speech contest. The guests were nominated. 16 plus guests nominated in the guest speech contest. Literally, we trained 1 month to prepare for the contest. And at the end of the contest, next 3 weeks, 2 members were added. That was the first success in our club. And we slowly started bouncing back. Now, if you look at our club, if you look at our daily reports in District 120, our club is in top 10 with highest education awards. We achieved First Fantastic 5 awards. First Fantastic 5 awards is an award which was initiated by District 120. The club which achieves 5 DCP points at the start of the program within 3 months. And also we achieved 4 Triple Crown awards with the member of 10. And I can go on and on and on. There are many awards lined up for this. We want to get at district conference at May 2026. Friends, if you look at the journey 1 year before and now, the club was totally different. This is because the perception I had in my mind. Others saw my club as a weak club. This club won't survive. Bilingual club is a failure concept. But I saw this problem as an opportunity. There is a golden opportunity in it. I saw that opportunity. And I learned many things while doing these roles, especially at last 6 months. It was like doing mini MBA program. because I learned how to build website, I learned how to do PR activities, I learned how to organize people, I know how to organize uh, can organize a meeting, I can go on and on and on. This all because the perception I had in my mind. I like to end my speech with this quote, Wayne Dyer's quote. If you change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raja Balaji, for a fantastic speech. I'm sure it did inspire a lot of us. Before we move to the next section, the break, can I just confirm from the timer if all the speakers were within time? Toastmaster Chamara, you are on mute.
All the times I have taken, what was the clarification? Pardon me, please.
All of them are within time, qualified within 5 to 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes.
Yes, but the last speaker has a 5 seconds extra speech, so that it's a disqualification. The first two have met within the time frame. The third speaker has got 5 seconds extra.
You're saying it's 7 minutes 35 seconds, is it, the third speaker?
Correct.
Okay, thanks. Can I request Toastmaster Maanvi to launch the polls accordingly? We are 11 minutes late, behind schedule, let me put it that way. And we would be reconvening in 5 minutes time by 8:32 India time. If we can just reconvene, we'll get going for the second half of this wonderful meeting. See you in 5 minutes. Yes, to the second half of Gabby's online meeting, number 33. So, before we head to the super section on table topics, a little bit more about sense of humor and how you could practice or hone it. Now, there are multiple ways in which you can practice, or there are various ways of applying a sense of humor. So, the safest is experiential, which is to talk about some funny incidents that you have experienced yourself. Like it could be like I mentioned about my own education, my scores in my exams, so on and so forth. Or it could be about my exposure to a new language for the first time. These are things that are experiential in nature that will not offend anybody. The second is observational in nature, which are things that I have observed around me in terms of a family setup. It could be social circles, it could be offices, appraisals, so on and so forth, which is the second category. The third category is which is more around being sarcastic in the way you speak. For example, if someone's late to a meeting, offline meeting in Bangalore, and they cite the reason, Arun, I was stuck in traffic, and I tell them, oh, that seems like a surprise. I have never seen traffic in Bangalore. Really? That is sarcastic humor. It can be caustic as well. So there is times when we call it sarcastic humor as well. So that's a way that you can practice if you know that both of you are game and you can build on it and you will not take offense. Taunting is not a very cool way to do it. Roasting is not a very cool way of practicing humor because it may affect the ego or their perception of you when you practice it on a daily basis. These are very, very simple things that you can apply every single day to disarm people during conversations. There are things that you can talk about that will make it will be like icebreakers in installments when you talk about your experiences in a humorous way, or even travel to work, about the bus you took, about the train you took, so on and so forth. These are very, very simple one liners that you can talk about, but make sure that these are common in nature, especially observational, are common in nature that the other person can relate to. Relatability brings humor. So, certain setups you will use certain kinds of humor. There's no point in talking about corporates in a family setting and about families in general in a corporate setting. Just for the sake of being humorous, you don't have to get that far. On that note, let me take this opportunity to get to the next section of this meeting, which is table topics. And to anchor the table topic section, we have Toastmaster Souvik Kar. Souvik hails from the quaint town of Wardha in Maharashtra. As a millennial, his childhood was devoid of the internet, leaving him with ample time for two of his greatest passions, reading and playtime. He is a graduate in engineering from Pune. After that, he did his MBA in Bangalore, where he completed his first stint as a Toastmaster. Please help me welcome with a thunderous round of applause Toastmaster Souvik Kar. Toastmaster Souvik, you will have 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes to wind this section up. I'm just making it abundantly clear right at the beginning. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, TMOD. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests to this amazing Tuesday session. Let us get the energy up. Keep your phones down and let's get on the Zoom meeting and have a fun table topic session. I can see people popping up on the Zoom screen, and I need more people to come on just switch on your cameras. It's just one click. While I was thinking about the theme for today, there is one person who has been omnipresent in my life. My parent, actually my mother, who is here, Toastmaster Samita. Let me tell you why. Whenever I'm sad, even when I was in a different city altogether, she would telepathically understand it and comfort me. Whenever I was hungry, she would magically bring food in my hands. And the greatest superpower, other than being telepathical, other than being a telepath and being magically able to create food, she used to always find my socks when I couldn't find them. I never know how she managed to do that, but that definitely is a superpower. Well, table topics enables a member to develop the skills of impromptu speaking, which is speaking on the go. This helps us train to organize our thoughts and express them. You can think of table topics as a mini speech. It needs to have opening, a body, and a conclusion. Even superheroes like Superman have to answer to the press, or in his case, Lois Lane. Or be it a simple Toastmaster like me. I have to answer to my boss when he asks me, what is the work update? And that is where we need to have impromptu speaking. Well, I'll quickly go through the rules. Each Toastmaster or guest is required to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, timer will raise the green card. At he'll raise the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, he'll raise the red card. Participant will be disqualified at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So a little tip, if you see the timer in the red card, quickly wind up your speech. I encourage all the members and all our guests to use the word of the day, which is invincible, wherever they get a chance. So, do I see any people interested for table topics? I'm looking, you can raise your hands.
My name is Yogesh. I want to go for it. If
Wow,
given
he
permission.
seems like extremely pumped up. So, Yogesh, the topic for you is, how would you use invisibility as a superpower in your life? How would you use invisibility as a superpower in your life?
Okay. I would use the superpower invisibility to fulfill my dreams. For example, I would love to be a cricket player, which I have not got an opportunity at all, even to perform for my district or state level. So that is one thing. And there are many places where I need to visit. So which requires a lot of permissions and all those stuffs. Suppose, for example, if I have to visit abroad, if I have an option to be invisible, I can reach whichever places I would like to go. And in case if I need to help someone who is in trouble at present, I'm not capable of. If I get that invisible superpower, I can do something for them, something for the society as well. And there are so many other things as well, where sudden things like the biggest scary thing that I have is that public speaking. The reason why I joined this is the first thing which I had in my mind is that public speaking is invincible for me. And now after joining, I started getting confidence that I can speak. So I want to do other things also, but I'll end it here. Thank you.
Great done, Yogesh. I know you're invisible right now. You can definitely switch on your camera and not be visible for a second. And do we have anyone else? Okay.
Shall I take, sir?
So we have Toastmaster Anand. Okay, for Toastmaster Anand, the topic is, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow with superpowers? I'll repeat.
Okay. Yes.
If you woke up tomorrow with superpowers.
What I will do when I woke up with the superpower? Definitely. When I have the superpower, first what I will do first the meditation. When you get meditation, once again we can double the superpower. I can set a tone for the entire day, right? So the superpower is about the connecting with the body and mind, not only God, body and mind, connecting with the body, mind, as well as the soul. What the Maharishi says is that there is a tremendous amount of the potential is lying within us. To realize that, what we do is that meditation. That gives a super consciousness, the cosmic consciousness. So when you start the day and told the day, everything will go in a smooth way. Right? If you associated with something a super powerful means, definitely whatever we do, when I go to office, I can get attracted by the people because of the positive vibration. And whatever the assignments my boss is giving to me, I can do in complete within a stipulated time. I'm sure that I'm invisible. It may be a narcissistic, but it is the fact, right? This is the way. So, and also whatever the body language, whatever I speak to the other people, everything will be in a different manner because the superpower, I realize the superpower. That's why what Krishna told to Arjuna, the field of absolute wisdom is not within your side. Go within yourself. Possession of the self. You can realize the self. That is nothing but your absolute wisdom. Thank you very much. Over to you, table topic master.
Well done, Toastmaster Anand. Well, as he said, meditation will double his superpower. I am very sure I would reduce it because I would sleep and then realize that I have lost half my time as a superpower. So, well, not talking about me, we'll go to, do we have Toastmaster Shashank?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. So for you, the topic is, what would be your coolest way to use super speed? What would be your coolest way to use super speed?
Well, I am born and brought up in Bangalore, a city known for its traffic. And one thing which I'm not in control of most of the time is I'm always late to wherever I go. Be it office. I'll just tell you one thing. Before I met my wife, that is, before meeting for the first time, I made her wait for, I think, 2 hours on road. And I don't know how she married me, but one thing I always face a challenge is when it comes to traveling. And it's not that I choose to be late, it just happens. It's Bangalore, it happens. And I leave, for example, it's 8:45 p.m. today. I have to reach at 9 p.m. It takes 10 to 15 minutes to reach. I'll still reach at 9:10. Is it in my control? No. But if I have the superpower of super speed, I think that is the biggest boon or gift that God could give me because I can live from here, I can reach there. So what happens here? It saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of embarrassment. Not when I say time, not only my travel time, the waiting time for the others as well. Because you ask anyone here, I think I've met few people here, including Toastmaster DTM Nagesh. They would tell me, even as the presiding officer or the president of my club, we have an offline meeting. I was the president in the previous term. There were times when I gave heart attacks to the VP education because I reach at 6:29 for a 6:30 meeting. Imagine the VP's condition, who doesn't know if I should be taking stage or me. So this superpower, power of the super speed, that is the best superpower I can use in my life so that it reduces my waiting time. nor the other person's waiting time as well, so that we can have a safe and pleasure and healthy meal. Over to table topic master.
A great way definitely to use your super speed, Shashank. And I my reminder deliveries. I don't want to wait for another 10 minutes for that guy to come to my home and locate me. I just use my super speed and get the parcel. So next we have Toastmaster Aparna. So your topic is, if you could team up with any superhero, who would it be and why? If you could team up with any superhero, who would it be and why?
If I could team up with any superhero, I would choose to team up with, I think, Batman. So everyone is wondering, why Batman? That man is so sorted, because I believe he's not a superhero at all. He simply has a big heart and a lot of money. That's all. He has no special powers. He has the Batmobile, he has every gadget possible, and he has his loyal butler. That's all. But the reason I would team up with him would be because, can you imagine how lonely it must be for him to be amongst all those DC heroes like Superman, Lightning, and Wonder Woman, and who not all have special powers, and this man has no power whatsoever. He simply comes and stands there. So maybe as a good friend, stand with him. I'm a good cheerleader. So I would say, go Batman. Don't worry about the fact that you don't have any powers. It's okay. I vouch for you. You are great without your power. This superhero or not, everybody needs it once in a while. We all need that person who cheers for us unconditionally. And imagine you're staying amongst all those people, how lonely and what kind of an inferiority complex this man must be having, right? So with the pure intention of being a cheerleader and a good friend to someone who can possibly be that low, who can feel that low at times, only with that good intention, I would like to partner with Batman. I hope Batman fans in this house agree with me. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aparna. I see two raised and we'll quickly go to Toastmaster Samita. Your topic is, what would you do if your partner becomes a superhero? I'll repeat, what would you do if your partner becomes a superhero?
What would I do if my partner was a superhero? I would love it. Why? Because I would make him do all the work possible. He's a superhero. So right from morning, I would have a list of work. Let it be the grocery. Let it be the household work that needs to be done. Children to be left to school, brought back, everything on his shoulder. And I would play here a very simple woman telling that I am a mere mortal, and a mere mortal can't compete with a superhero. So he should be shouldering all the responsibility. And I, of course, I will go on a long vacation. I will enjoy myself, only to ring him up once in a while and just remind him, you are a superhero. Forget saving the world. First, save your house and do all the work that needs to be done. I am here only to keep a watch on you so that you don't deviate from your path of saving your home. Whenever I need to go anywhere, this superhero of mine will, with his ability, take me to any land, foreign destination. No need of a visa, nor even for a ticket. He will make sure that I reach there and I enjoy myself. If I need something, he is there to provide for me. I want to watch a movie and it's house full. There is a crisis of tickets. Yes, call my partner. Make sure that I get a place inside that hall and I watch the movie first show, first day, and I will be extremely happy. Only thing that I will just tell him not to do, not to help others around. Otherwise, he will not remain mine forever. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. I can see that they really enjoy the prospect of their partners being a superhero. We'll just take up last one. I'll guess it's Toastmaster Priyamvada. I saw her hand being raised up. Is she there? Yeah. So your topic is, you have an invisibility cloak. Would you use it for mischief? If you have an invisibility cloak, would you use it for mischief?
So I'm guessing that I am in Harry Potter since I have invisibility cloak. Or maybe Harry Potter is present with me in the modern world today. Yeah, so I wouldn't like really be mischievous to people, but in a childish way, I would just wear that invisibility cloak and I would go and watch stand-up comedies of my favorite comedians that I binge on YouTube. And I would gather like I all the superheroes that are present here in the Toastmasters with super speed and with invisibility power. I would gather them and go places where it's impossible for me to go, like go to uh, go to that sea which has salt, a lot of salt in it. I'm just not able to remember the name. uh I would go to MasterChef and maybe using my invisibility cloak try to taste the what they are making since I am a foodie. So you can call me a bit mischievous. I would go to my friend's house and boom, be a ghost to them and then meet them with a smile after freaking them out. So yeah, maybe I would be a bit mischievous, and the best part is that I will be with Harry Potter. So thank you, Toastmaster Souvik Kar, for giving me this invisibility cloak today. Thank you. Over to you.
Well, I do realize that there's some mischievousness in everyone and not extending anymore, completing, I guess, it on time. I'll just end it with this thing. I hope everyone enjoyed the session, and I am sure I cannot decide who is going to win the best table topic speaker. TMOD Arun Sriram, over to you.
Give it up for Table Topics Master Souvik Kar, who stuck to the theme and gave some amazing topics to all of us. Really well done. On that note, can I again request the timer, Toastmaster Chamara, to confirm if there has been any disqualification in the table topic speeches? Anybody exceeded 2 minutes 30 or less than 1 minute?
No, there's no disqualification this time.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Can I request our Zoom moderator, Toastmaster Maanvi, to go ahead and publish the polls for everyone to vote in? Thank you. And on that note, just to wind up on sense of humor itself, right? The most important thing is to understand what humor is not. Humor is not about punching down on somebody. Humor is not at the expense of somebody who's there or not there. And it's a skill that's going to uplift the mood of most people. It is omnipresent, but doesn't mean it is always there to be expressed. It's very important to exercise the caution and respect the audience, respect the environment where one is. You may have the best punchline coming by, but it's more valuable that you just hold it back. You don't make a death joke at a funeral. You can do it maybe sometime later, right? Someone in India recently faked her death. It was not meant to be in humor, but it was definitely not in good taste. In 99% of the situation, it could have been just left undone rather than having executed, whatever that is. People who know. So I'm not going to get into details of that. On that note, we will now hand it over to the general evaluation and the overall evaluation section itself. I now request our general evaluator, Toastmaster and Costa, to convene the evaluation section, and you have 25 minutes to execute this in entirety. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Now it's time for the evaluation session where we can discover our strengths and areas for improvement. Let's begin by inviting our evaluators to assess our speakers. Evaluator number 1, we have Toastmaster Thilanga Botheju, and he will be evaluating Toastmaster Jitender. Toastmaster Thilanga, you can start your evaluation now.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Can I have Toastmaster Jitender on the screen? Okay. Toastmaster Jitender, the journey of gratitude and generosity. If I say that storytelling is an art, you are a Picasso of that. You have created a great masterpiece. I really enjoyed your speech. Starting from the very beginning, what do you think when you achieve a goal? You have directly make a question to the audience. Help to get the attention of the audience. Then you started your story from where you have get the opportunity to go to the London, from arrangement to it or and the passport, and then all the trouble you have been making to get it back to you, and have been expressed that storytelling techniques. I have been literally with you. You made me like I was there when you get the opportunity for the go to the London, when you're partying, when you lost their passport, and with the IPS officers, and how you have been help get their help to get back that to you. So I was literally there. You have made that sense in throughout your speech. Job well done on storytelling and the great flow of your speech. And you have made a great take-home message. Help strangers. Have gratitude and generosity by enjoying looking how they win their life. So you have been courage to enough to thank the IPS officers and all the persons help you to get your passport back. And that generosity you have been paid to them. Even you have been after many years went to the London and came back all. So job well done on those. So storytelling and the flow and the take-home message. For the point of improvement, I would like to say, for the most of the time, your speech was going on the monotonous. So you have to make some improvement with the voice variation. As example, when you are explaining about you got the job opportunity, my boss, your opportunity to go to the London. I become so excited. Brought 2 whiskeys, party overnight. Do you know what happened next? I lost my passport. So likewise, you can add voice variations to your speech to make it enhance and to the next level. So over and all, you have done a great speech. So with the storytelling and the flow of the speech, as well as the take-home message, you will become invisible Toastmaster. I am certain of that. And as a stranger, I will love and generosity about what you are going to achieve in the Toastmasters fraternity. All the best to you. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Thilanga, for that wonderful evaluation. I really love the point you highlighted by showing the voice variation, how to do by an example. So without only telling, it's better to show and explain how to do it. And also, Toastmaster Jitender, you did a great job with the by giving us a take-home way message about helping a stranger. So now I will be moving on to our second evaluator of our second speaker. Toastmaster Punith C K will be evaluating Toastmaster Shilpi. So Toastmaster Punith, the screen is yours.
Thank you, our general evaluators, Toastmaster and Costa. Good evening, everyone. Now, the purpose of the speech is to share the knowledge on how Toastmaster envisions mentoring. Then share an experience when she was a protege. And she used incident to share her experience as a protege. Now, in my feedback, I covered 2 parts. The first one is commendation, second one is a recommendation. When it comes to what I liked in your speech, The first one is you added a hook at the beginning. You showed version 1 and version 2. This has created a curiosity in audience mind. It has created a curiosity in me to figure out how she reached from version 1 to version 2. That was it was quite well. The second one, you used an incident that has a challenge, and that shows how you overcome the challenge with the help of mentor. And in that incident, what I liked is you brought in a character, and the way you played a character, the tone, body language, facial expression, I like that, and that was the highlight in that incident. Then, when it comes to recommendation, I have a couple of points for you. The first one, in your speech, I found out that there are there are a few places where it left a question to audience. For example, in your speech, I heard humble, growth mindset, empathy. I would like to see how it happened. How mentors show all these qualities from the story or from the information or stating the fact. The second one you mentioned, your mother, your husband, your life is your mentor. I would like to know how there are sharing some incident might help audience to the catch it easily. Then you shared incident. I suggest you to go with the story. The difference is the story has a message, and you share the incident, it doesn't have the message. I recommend you to go with the story. Then when you share incident, it should be engaging. The character played well, that went well, that was engaging. The next, the Zoom call that you mentioned, I didn't see that added a value in that incident. You could have skipped that. Then you mentioned you like to solve, the mentor should solve your problem, and there should be transparency in communication. But I think the mentor the covers many traits. It can be he share his guidelines, support, wisdom, experience, and how he make you to take independent decisions. There are many aspects you could have covered in your speech. Then next, in your speech you mentioned you wrote this speech in a day. Within a day you wrote a speech and it came out well. I am expecting if you take some time, how well you can write a speech. It does not mean that you have to give an entire day. It is like the 30-minute you give on first day just to do the brainstorming. The next 30-minute for structuring your speech. The next 30-minute for the practicing the speech. The plus getting it reviewed. We could have added a more value to your speech. And overall, the character plays that shows that you are an eloquent speaker. And all the best. All the best for the next project. And looking forward to see you the more speeches in the club. Thank you, and over to you, General Manager.
Thank you, Toastmaster Punith. As the evaluator, it's like good point that you highlighted the purpose of the speech, where how the mentor helped and how it became helpful to grow Toastmaster Shilpi as a speaker. It should be more highlighted. And I would like to add one more point for improvement for Toastmaster Shilpi. When you did the character dialogue between you, the conversation between yourself and the mentor, so it is better you did like this and this, but like those during the situations your the eye contact dropped. So when it happens like this and this, what happened is you get disconnected from the audience. So when you are doing a dialogue, better to keep the eye contact with the audience. So the audience feel connected to your story. So it's for your improvement. So with that point, I will be moving to our third speaker now. Toastmaster Aparna Raja will be evaluating Toastmaster Raja Balaji. So I would like to invite Toastmaster Aparna to give her evaluation.
Thank you, Madam GE. Toastmaster Raja, your purpose was to inspire us. And what better way to inspire people than using a rags to riches story, a failure to success story, which is what you did today. And I think that was the genius of your speech. Because no inspirational story can be better than this. Someone who was down in the ditches and he became really, he came to the highest point of his life or whatever. That is what happened to your club. So that was the best point about your speech. Now, the other thing I really liked about your speech was the fact that the context of the speech was very relatable to all of us Toastmasters. The struggles you spoke about, everybody, almost everybody here is aware of. Not getting role takers, conducting those meetings. So it was so relatable. It started relating at the beginning and remained something very relevant up until the last word, getting those awards, right? So I think choosing the context of a story is exceptionally important in a speech like this, and you did it very well. That was the high point of your speech. Now, what is it that you can work on? Now, I want to go a little in depth because this is your L3. Every story has a problem, it has a solution. But you know where the real story is? It's in the struggle. The struggle from reaching from the problem to the solution, and your story is missing this. Missing it to a great extent, I felt. I'll tell you, I'll give you the example. You went into a club where the meetings were not happening. And then you said, let's have the meeting. And the meeting started happening. You put up a calendar for the next 3 weeks. And the meeting started happening. The role takers came in. That's how we felt. There was a problem. Raja gave the solution and it transformed. I'm sure that didn't happen in reality. There was more struggle. When you went to people and said, take up roles, they probably denied, they probably ghosted you. And then you struggled and you got, that struggle was missing. The inspiration to your speech lies in the struggle. I think you missed that opportunity to take that struggle and highlight it. That is where the story is. And this is there in every point that you said. The struggle was missing. Just look at your speech, you know what I am saying. Give us the struggle. Talk about the struggle in detail. How did you overcome it? What was your thought process? What were the obstacles? How did you challenge it? Right? It will make it very relatable. The second thing is an extension of this. The story felt very unidirectional. A superhero called Raja who solved all your problems. I am sure it wasn't like the story needs layers. It needs characters. It needs more context. Bring in more characters. For example, you said towards the end we had 5 DCP points. You were not the only one who got all the 5 DCP points. There were people in the club. Talk about it, like how you started doing this. And then you had people who came up voluntarily. They started helping you out, how together you're bonded as a team and then did the whole thing. Give us the entire picture of it. Bring in more people, bring in more context. That adds true character to any inspirational story. So those are my points. A very nice story with a lot of potential. Just bring in the struggle and give us more character. The speech has potential and I suggest you try it again. Thank you. And back to you, Madam GD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aparna. I really love the way how you use your body language when you gave your evaluation. So keep it up that. So it will be helpful for the speaker and for us also to get the idea. And just a suggestion for our evaluator and for our speaker. So it is like during the time, when it comes to the timing, so it's better if you can help him how to manage time so that at the next time he can keep his timing, deliver his speech according to the time. I would like to suggest always before your preparation, track your time. Keep a timer with you and track the time. If you do it for few times, at least if you have time, at least for 10 minutes, 10 times for the speech, trust me, you will be more confident with your timing and the speed. You can increase your speed the more you practice, the more you become comfortable when delivering your speech. So that's my suggestion for your improvement. So thank you. So now I will be moving to our TAGL team to come and present their reports. So first, I would like to invite our timer to present his timing report. Over to you, Toastmaster Chamara.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Thilanga, Toastmaster Anne. First, I will come up with the prepared speeches. Toastmaster Jitender took 7 minutes and 6 seconds in his speech, and Toastmaster Shilpi took 7 minutes and 13 seconds on her speech, and then Toastmaster Raja took 7 minutes and 35 seconds on his speech. On table topics, Toastmaster Yogesh Kumar took 1 minute and 40 seconds. Toastmaster Anand took 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Toastmaster Shashank took 1 minute and 59 seconds. Toastmaster Aparna took 1 minute and 38 seconds. Toastmaster Samita took 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Toastmaster Priyanvada took 1 minute and 44 seconds. On evaluations, Toastmaster Thilanga Botheju took 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Toastmaster Punith took 3 minutes and 57 seconds. Toastmaster Aparna took 3 minutes and 21 seconds. That is all about the timing report. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chamara, for that report. Now, I will be calling our accountant to present his report. Over to you, Toastmaster Arsh.
Let me share my screen. Yes. So, congratulations to all those who have used very less fillers today, mentioning Toastmaster Souvik Kar and Toastmaster Aparna Raja. And so Toastmaster Thilanga and Yogesh has used more than 5 fillers. So this is the report for today's account. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arsh. Now let me call our next role player, the most important awaited report of our grammarian. So she will be explaining how well we used our English language today. Over to you, Toastmaster Priyanvada.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anne. Now I would like to share my report. Just a moment. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So, usage of the word by members, Toastmaster Anne, Toastmaster Souvik Kar, and guest Toastmaster Anand. A big round of applause for them for using invincible. Now let's move on to the good usages that we had in the meeting. Rise from the ashes like phoenix, flabbergasted, palpable anchor popping up on the screen, telepathically, boon or gift for me, death choke in funeral, rags to riches story. And if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change was used as a quote that these words enhance the feel of the meeting. Now let's move on to the few recommendations that I would like to give. Someone used I would thankful. Instead of this, I would be thankful should have been used. Everybody came for improvement. Everybody comes for improvement would be an appropriate way. Icebreaker nervousness. In place of this, nervousness before the icebreaker speech would be more appropriate. Able to give speech in every path breaker. Able to give a speech would be better. I have a empathy. I have empathy. The article should not be there. I am the good listener. I am a good listener. Google Map takes us to there. Google Map takes us there would be more appropriate. This is all about my side. This is all from my side. Going on the monotonous rather than was monotonous should have been used. So that is all from my side. Over to our general evaluator.
Thank you, Madam Grammarian, for that comprehensive report about how well we used the English language. Now it is time to call our last role player of our TAGL team, the listener. So Toastmaster Samita, the stage is yours.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. You have been listening so long to the whole meeting. Now I'll be asking you questions. Please raise your hands, unmute yourself, and speak. First question. From which Toastmasters club is our TMOD, Toastmaster Arun Sriram? Yes, Toastmaster Aparna.
Hoodie Toastmasters Club.
Correct. A round of applause for her, please. The second question. What was the speech title of our speaker 3, Toastmaster Raja Balaji? It was a beautiful title. What was it? Yes, Priyamvada?
Tough times do not last, tough people do.
Correct. Correct. A round of applause for Toastmaster Priyamvada. The next question is, where did the first speaker, Toastmaster Jitender, wanted to go, for which he needed the passport? Which international destination he wanted to go?
London.
London. Correct. Toastmaster Renu, you answered it. How many Triple Crown Award did Toastmaster Raja Balaji's club win?
5.
No.
7.
No.
3.
4. 4 Triple Crown Awards. He has won. Okay, and the last question. Which superhero would Toastmaster Aparna want to team up with?
Batman.
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 Yes. See, everyone knows that. So we all had a very active listener in this meeting today. Over to you, Madam TMO. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita, for that wonderful questions you asked. Everyone was able to answer. So now it's time for General Evaluator's report. So let me start from the preparation about the meeting from the beginning. The resources were shared with me, the General Evaluator key points and other documents. Also, the WhatsApp group was created around next Friday, and I was added. The flyer and the agenda were shared in advance. Next, about the meeting setting, renaming of role players were reminded, and the virtual background was shared before the meeting. Welcoming guests were welcomed actively by the Sergeant at Arms. So it's about the before meeting. Meeting opening, meeting was started on time, sharp at 7:30. Roles, players were well introduced by our Mr. President. Next, our Toastmaster of the day came up with a wonderful theme, a unique theme. The theme introduction was well done, and we all learned a lot about humor, about why it is important, and all the members actively engaged with the theme and actually participated for the questions asked by the TMOD. The role players were well introduced, and I really loved the Toastmaster of the day took an extra step to get the confirmation of receiving the evaluation resources from each evaluator. And also he explained the purpose of the project. Also announced the topics. Next, our tag team did a good job. TAGL team, sorry. Our time account, grammarian and listener did an amazing job with their reports. And next, the table topic session was really engaging. Everyone, it was really easy topic, and all the topics align with the theme. And in the table topic master gave a nice introduction about the table topics and how we can gain from it, and how it helps us to prepare ourselves in real life, maybe at the job place. He gave a nice example. Next, he was able to invite guests and non-role players first. Those are the key points that I noted down as good points of the meeting. Now, but still we have points for improvement. So there are a few points that I would like to suggest as the general evaluator. Now, let me tell you like this. So the first thing is, when it comes to delivering speeches, now it is okay when we have the background, but sometimes you see your hand movements not be visible due to the background. It's not due to that issue. Sometimes hard to get to know the body language. So the body language is not clear when we are using the background. But if we remove the background, it would be more visible. Especially during a contest, it is really vital to get note about the hand movements for the judges. So better, I would like to encourage during like when you deliver speech, better to not to use the background. This is so your body language will be more clear to the evaluators. So it's one of my suggestions. Next, usage of the word of the day. I would like to encourage our speakers to add the word of the day during your speeches. For example, you can use the word of the day. In Toastmasters, you will discover your invincible speaking skills with the help of your mentor. It's one example. Next, for Toastmaster Chamara, our timer, it is better to if you can present the time recordings in a small document or a slide, so it is visible to everyone. You can only highlight the speakers who took overtime. And also, let me give you one improvement point. I would like to recommend you to not to use some words like is one. Also, I think. if someone asked you, when will be the meeting, when is the start of the meeting? Then if I answered, I think it starts at 7:30. Do you feel it's confident? I would say no. So better to avoid those kinds of words and just say, I believe the meeting starts at 7:30. So it gives you more confidence when about what you are saying. Even you don't have confidence, better to avoid these small words. So it's a small suggestions from you from myself for everyone for your improvements to maintain the quality and professionalism of the meeting. So those are the few points I found out for and my humble suggestions to you for improvements. So once again, I would like to thank Toastmaster Maanvi and Toastmaster Nagesh, also Toastmaster Sudharma, to giving me the opportunity to take up this role and supporting me with the resources. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator Ann Costa and the entire evaluation team and the TAGL team to put together such a comprehensive evaluation for today's meeting. I would just like to end my section by saying, how do you know that you have wielded the powers of your superpower well? It's not as much in the instant feedback that you get in the form of a lol, raffle, or a huge laugh, or any such expression of instant laughter and happiness. Some people process it each one process it very differently. Some of them laugh out loud, some of them just absorb and laugh internally. You will get to hear from them perhaps later. If you are a professional stand-up comedian, you will see there are different kinds of people. Some of them may really not be pleased, that's a different matter. But even people who appreciate will be appreciating in their own form or fashion. So give space for diversity in views of how humor is appreciated. That's very important. And also appreciate that some of them may not appreciate a sense of humor. People are in different phases of their life, could have gone through different stories just before the meeting, or they're expecting something else, they're anxious about something. You can only do so much to lighten the mood. Humor is just lightening the mood, not making light of a situation. You will find humorists to be far more observational, far more intelligent, and the beauty of humor is how you can bring brevity to a long thought very impactfully and yet seed a thought in everybody's mind who listens to you. On that note, I hand it over back to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Nagesh, and thank everyone for the opportunity given to me to be your Toastmaster of the day today. Hopefully, it was useful. And now over back to you, Toastmaster Nagesh.
Thank you so much. Give our TMOD a huge round of applause. I think the word of day should have been super, because the meeting was superb and everybody who spoke used that word. So I think we can, at the end of the meeting, replace the word of the day with this word super. Thank you so much, TMOD Arun Sriram, for taking us through this wonderful theme, the superpowers, which is omnipresent. Now, may I request the Sergeant at Arms to launch the poll. While that is happening and coming onto your screen, please vote for your favorite role takers, the auxiliary role takers, and others. Meanwhile, may I request a few of you to step forward and give me feedback as to how did you feel this meeting? Priyanka, can I request you to step forward and say a few words? Okay, polls are on your screen. Please vote. What a wonderful meeting we had, I must say. See, the speakers spoke so very well today. I have my own takeaways from the speakers. The best part was taking a foreign trip the next day. Partying is injurious to passport. This is my takeaway from the first speaker. And the second speaker talked about, focus on second speaker talked about mentors make minds so strong. We are all here surviving in Toastmasters because of the mentors that we have around us. Directly, indirectly, we learn from so many people and we soar higher. Thank you for reminding us about that. And what a title we had. Tough times don't last, but tough men or people definitely last longer. What a takeaway. Wonderful title, Toastmaster Raja Balaji. Thank you for these three wonderful speeches. Many other things also that I have written down. I have my own takeaways. Auxiliary role player is on your screen. Please vote for your favorite role player today. You're not getting your socks. Remember or call the superwoman that you have in your life, your mom. Thank you for reminding about it, Toastmaster Souvik, table topic master. And you don't need to have a super bike to reach meeting on time, right? Toastmaster Shashank. Yes, there were some days when we were really waiting there. Where is the presiding officer? And there you are. You arrived on time. Um, and one more thing, I heard about how meditation makes you super conscious and it smoothens your day. I have this takeaway on the top of my list, and how Yogesh Kumar talked about, public speaking is not invincible. Though he was invisible today, yet a powerful statement. At Toastmasters, you get better, better, and better. Many of them become best in their own might. With that, if SA can make me the co-host, I announce the result as well. Somebody make me a co-host. I am already. Okay. So now it is time for me to announce the results. Let's me go back words and talk about the best table topic speaker first. We have the results very close. Three people very close, but there is one clear winner, though all the three of them are very close. It is Toastmaster Aparna Raja. Give him a big round of applause. Thank you, Aparna. And the best auxiliary role player today was it's a tie. Imagine how people are doing better and better and even competing for best auxiliary role player. It is grammarian Priyamvada Sharma and listener Samita Kar. Put your hands together for both of them. Now it's time to announce the best role player. Let me take that. Don't tell me. Am I seeing what it is right here? This is again a tie between TMOD and TTM. Arun, Sriram, thank you so much for bringing such a wonderful topic to our meeting and being our TMOD today. Thank you so much from the bottom of our heart. And Toastmaster Souvik. Oh, you have come back as a reinstated member, but still amazing topics you had. So many takeaways from the speakers. You made them speak their heart out. Next, let me go to the best evaluator. Toastmaster Aparna Raja again. Put your hands together for her. Now, the best speaker. If there was a poll for the best title, it would have gone to Aparna, gone to Raja Balaji. But unfortunately, we have to evaluate and give the best speaker. And the best, not the best, the favorite speaker. Somebody who struggled with his passport before he could fly to London. Put your hands together for Toastmaster Jitender. I had a memorable time today in the meeting at the the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming here, attending our meeting, and learning public speaking and the leadership skills that it offers. With this, I bring this meeting number 33 to close. Thank you so much. See you on Thursday at 7 p.m. at another Gabby's meeting. Another wonderful time when we all practice the net practice that we all do. Till then, stay safe. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.